Hello, everyone. Welcome to the CAPS Screenings website. Chances are you are needing some assistance on the tenant application process, and I'm going to walk you through that real quick. So first, you're completing a tenant application. Chances are your property manager or an ad that you have seen is directing you to the website, capsscreenings.com, which you're going to land on this page. We have several options here. The only thing you need to do is click I need to complete a tenant application. Don't worry about any of these other options that you see on this website. As you can see, it's going to take you to the tenant application, and it says no fees are due at this time. That is correct. If you pay an application fee during this process, you've done something wrong and you clicked on the wrong button. So first off, it's going to ask you if you're a property manager completing this application. No, you are not. You're going to enter the date. You're going to enter your name. We only accept applicants for people over the age of 18. Please enter a valid email address. If you're entering an email address of a friend, a spouse, or somebody else, it could complicate the process. Also, if you have a co-applicant and you're using the same email address, it could complicate the process. Everything we do here is by email, so you will be getting several emails during this process. You need to check your email regularly, several times a day, up until the point that your property manager tells you that you have qualified or not qualified for the property. Please enter a valid phone number. If you rent, you're going to click that you rent. You need to put your monthly amount for your current rent. The property that you're applying for, this is the name of the property if you know it. If it's a subdivision, an apartment complex, a trailer park, you can put the name here. That's an optional field. The date that you wish to move in, that is a required field. The address of the rental home that you're applying for, the name of the property manager that you're applying for. This is the person that will be your new property manager, the person that you are applying with currently. If you do not have this information, you need to get it before applying. It's very beneficial if you have the email address of the property manager that you're applying for, and you can enter that here. This way, your property manager will get an automatic email of your application, letting them know that you're interested in the property. If we do not have this information, it's going to take several days sometimes to get your application to the correct property manager. If a realtor is assisting you with this application or the rental process, you can enter their information here. Next are some basic questions about your background. These questions will not automatically disqualify you. These are just questions that property managers are going to want to know. Have you ever had an eviction filed against you? Have you ever been charged with a felony? Had an injunction filed against you? Or been charged with a crime of dishonesty? Are you a smoker? Next is your employment and income information. The property manager is going to want to know your monthly income. If you're currently employed, you can list that information here. Retired, student, or other. Other would be disability of sorts if you're getting other payments for any other reason. We do not ask the name of your employer at this time. If you're applying with a co-applicant, you can list that information here. Again, their email address. Typically, they're going to be a co-applicant and a co-resident, unless you have a co-signer that is required by the property manager. Co-signers typically assist you with payments and financing the rental property payments and do not reside with you. Any vehicles that will be parked at the residence while you are occupying the home. Next, any pets owned by the applicant. Be prepared to submit any vaccination records that you have for your pet. Next, your emergency contact. This is obviously the person that will be called if there's any emergencies during your time at the property. Next, you're going to have the opportunity to list information about yourself. This is basically an area where you can type a paragraph or two, letting the property manager know why you're moving or any information that you feel is beneficial. So the last part here, it says files for application. You can ignore this process. You don't need to drop any files here. We will be requesting files from you at a later time. Next, property manager. Are they paying the fees or are you paying the fees? Again, no fees are going to be paid at this time, but when the application fee is paid, is the property manager paying for that fee? This means you're paying the property manager for this process, not us directly. If you're paying for this process directly, you're going to click CAPS Screenings. Read the terms and conditions, and yes, you agree and authorize us to run your background and credit check. Down here, it just gives you some information on the difference between a hard inquiry and a soft inquiry. CAP Screenings only does soft inquiries. We do not pull hard inquiries for credit. The second step of the process, you're going to receive an email. It's going to be labeled background questionnaire. Read the email. The next step of the process is basically going to let you know that you are moving to the second step of the process. And this is where you're going to provide us with more personal information so we can run the background and credit check, employment verification, and rental history verification. You're going to click down here where it says click here to begin. Once you click that link, you're going to be taken to a page which is going to allow you to authorize us to electronically process your background and credit check. That is option number 1. If you select option number 2, you are declining this process and we cannot move forward with your application process. You'll receive a summary of your rights under the Fair Credit Reporting Act, and at the bottom right, you can just continue past that once you read it. Are you a California resident? Yes or no? Acknowledgement and authorizations allowing us to process your background and credit check. The last 4 digits of your social security number. Here's where you will enter your personal information, allowing us to run your credit check. We do require a phone number from you in this area as well. This information is fictional for the purposes of this tutorial. If you do not have a middle name, check the box that says I certify that I do not have a middle name. Do not write none or NA. Just check that box. Enter your address. Next is your rental history information. Up here you have the option to list if you rent, own, or you're living with a friend or family. If you're renting, you're going to enter your landlord's name, Bob the landlord. Make sure you put his last name here. This is just for fictional purposes, Bob landlord. You're going to have the option to put Bob's phone number, and you need to put Bob's email address. Required field, how much are you paying Bob per month where you currently reside for rent? If you select own, we're not going to verify that information, but you will need to provide a mortgage statement or a property deed for the residency verification process. If you're living with a friend, that's fine. If you're paying your friend rent, your friend is technically your landlord. Enter your friend's information here and their email address, and they will be treated as a landlord, and they will verify your residency. Next is your employment information. You're going to enter your employer here, their phone number, a valid email address for a manager or human resources person that can verify your employment and your income. Your name will already be populated. You need to put the start date that you started the employment. You need to put the start date that you started your employment. We do require 1 year of employment verification. So if you have not been at your employer for more than a year, you'll have to put the second employment. On the salary, you can put per year. Most your property managers want to know how much you make per month. So what I recommend is changing this to month. And if you're full-time, part-time, temporary, or a contractor, other would be if you're getting some type of other compensation, you can list that here. Obviously, if you're not employed, you can click no and skip this process. This is the next step where you're going to actually pay for the process. If you're going to be required to pay, this is when you're going to pay for the background check. If not, then you're going to get this form here, confirming that you have completed the process. Again, if you have any questions, you can call us at 1-866-639-0581. Remember to continue to check your emails. We will be emailing you several times during the process for income verification, rental history verification, and if we need something to complete your application process. If you fail to respond, it can affect the process, and the property manager may choose a different applicant. Thank you, and we'll look forward to hearing from you. Have a great day.